I could really relate to the phrase "longtime beginner" because that was me. I felt stuck for years. Today I want to help answer two questions. Why are we stuck in our guitar playing? And how do we move forward? I really need to start at the beginning to answer those questions. Like most of us, I learned open string chords early on. Then really little by little started getting that strum down so I had the groove. Then came the bar chords. But once I started learning these bar chords, I really felt like I could play some music. Not long after that, someone showed me the minor pentatonic scale. That's when I really felt like I was getting somewhere, and the songs of the 70s really brought that out because they used these power chords and the pentatonic scale in a lot of tunes I listened to. I was definitely having fun early on, but this is where I got stuck. I just played the pentatonic scale, played these bar chords, learned a few songs along the way, but I stayed in this state for many years. And I know a lot of you can relate to that. The number one thing we can do today to start moving forward is make simple connections with the scale we're using and the few chords. By the end of this segment, you're going to be a much more confident improviser, I promise you. We just need to work through these few simple steps. We'll use the A minor pentatonic for these examples today. And to help get my point across, just two chords, A minor, here in the 5th fret, and then the D chord, right in the same position here. A minor to D. And we'll just create a little movement to each chord by sliding up. So step one is just using the root note of each chord, but target it within that minor pentatonic scale. When the chord comes around, target that root note. Listen for it. A note to D. A note. Create a little movement to it. D note there also. You get the point though. You are targeting the root note and listening for that chord change. If we just dig a little deeper, looking at the A minor chord, A, C, E, those three notes make up an A minor chord. D, F sharp, A make up a D chord. Very important to know that. It's important to know the fretboard, like have it memorized, but that is a pretty big task for a lot of us. So just get them memorized maybe within a scale that you use all the time. Memorize those few notes in there. Now if we target the 3rd of each chord, and with the A minor, the root note, the 3rd is a C, the minor 3rd. The D, we got the root note, but the major 3rd is F sharp. Let's hear what that sounds like. A, D. You're creating movement to the target note that you're trying to hit. but you really need to listen for it. Listen for those chord changes. Now, if we're aware of all three notes in each chord, the A, C, and E, and then the D, F sharp, and A, and if you look at that, the only note that's not in the minor pentatonic scale is this F sharp note. That's the note that's in a chord, but it's outside the minor pentatonic. So if you target that note, it really comes right out. It really sticks out and sounds great. So if we target those notes, use some of the blues licks and simple phrases that we already know and just connect those within this minor pentatonic scale. You get the point though, those licks roll right around, but you're listening for those chord changes. I just used 2 chords in this groove today for that reason, so we can kind of it's a little bit easier to listen for the 2 chords. And maybe you're only comfortable using the root note to target for right now, and that's okay. That's a great place to start and really listen for those chord changes, and just add the other notes in the chords as you're comfortable. But that's how great solos are made, using a scale, a common scale, and really targeting the notes in the chords. So in a simple way, we are chord tone soloing. We are searching out the notes in the chords and listening for the chord change and trying to target those. And if you're just starting to do this, it does seem very difficult to just look ahead at those chords. But if you do it every day, this will just become natural to you. So we can use this concept all over the fretboard because the A minor pentatonic is all over the fretboard. You can play all up and down the fretboard, targeting those simple notes, and it sounds rockin' and it sounds melodic. You have some structure and you feel confident when you target those notes. I hope this brings you out of feeling stuck, because I really did for many years, and I had to feel my way out of this. But if you start having a connection with the chords you're using and a common scale, just pick one scale that works over those chords, and you can add and subtract notes to that. But you're well on your way, because you're going to start having more fun and you're going to be excited about learning again. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. We'll talk to you soon.